Oh my god, several videos in one day? This is madness. Jokes aside, this is, to be fair, I haven't really uploaded in a hot minute, but I have recorded other videos, but that is beside the point. We are going to be taking a look at the Gauldur legend. Now, there are two different ways to, well, actually five. No, four. Four different ways that you could start this. Three of them are pretty much the same kind of deal, or you could read I think it's like the Lost Legends book. I can't remember. Or you can come to three different locations: Sarthal, Gearman's Hall, or this place, Folgunthur. Now, what is the Gauldur legend, you may ask? Well, during the first era, so 13th of Ysgramor's line, which was King Harold, had he obviously had a personal archmage, but then there was one whose name was Gauldur, Archmage Gauldur, who was the most revered out of all of the mages at the time, and people sought him after for his knowledge and his wisdom. Well, Gauldur had three sons, Jarek, and I can't remember the other two, but I know Jarek was the oldest. Well, whatever ended up happening, Jarek and his two brothers ended up getting jealous of their father's power. And Jarek found out what that power was. And it was the amulet that he held around that he wore around his neck and never really took it off. So they plotted to basically kill him in his sleep, which they succeeded, and split the amulet into three separate pieces amongst themselves. Now with that, they ended up terrorizing the countryside. And King Harold found out about this and basically asked his archmage to hunt them down and basically trap them. Jarek was trapped, I think, in Sarthal. The middle brother was trapped in Gearman's Hall, and the youngest was trapped in obviously Folgunthur, right? Well, because of their heinous deeds and what they ended up doing, it was basically like a crime against Skyrim. They strickened it from history, essentially, right? They strickened it from history. They basically erased all knowledge of it, of what they did, right? That's what King Harold did. Obviously, we'll get more into that as the story progresses, but, you know, it is what it is. So, where is Folgunthur on the map? So, Folgunthur is right here. It's literally right where Solitude is, but it's kind of in the vicinity of Morthal. So, if you're coming from Morthal, you just, you know, go about northeast, northwest-ish, and stuff like that. So, yeah. But you'll notice that there is a camp. And this is another way to start the quest, I guess. Here we go. 18th of Morning Star, 4th Era 201. How long has it been since I first heard the Gauldur legend? 80 years, 100, 80 years, 100? I can think of nothing else now. My goal is at hand. After years of searching, I finally traced the ivory claw to a collector in Breville. His death was necessary, but I have it at last. I have it. It's 22nd of Morning Star, 4th Era 201. 3 days of non-stop riding, I reached Anvil ahead of my pursuers and took passage on the Ice Runner, bound for Solitude. The Ice Runner is another quest that I will be doing as well. That's, yeah. So the Ice Runner, if you don't know, is part of another quest in Skyrim. But, you know, regardless. 29th of Morning Star, 4th Era 201. The other passengers are becoming suspicious. Returning from dinner, I caught one rooting around my quarters. He almost found the claw. Had the captain not intervened, I would have flayed him alive. Really. I hoped to spend the voyage sequestered in my room, reviewing my notes and preparing spells, but I need to deflect some attention for myself. I'll have to mingle, pretend to be just another petty mage for now. Second of Sun's Dawn, 4th Era 201. If you don't know what like Sun's Dawn and Morning Star, these are all the months. The Brute claims to be an adventurer, off to seek his fortune in the ruins of Skyrim with his companions. Perhaps I can turn this to my advantage, use them as fodder for the traps in Draugr and within the tombs. I can see the greed in his eyes. Yes, that should work. 3 weeks to solitude, the captain says. If I have to suffer these fools longer than that, I'll swim. 27th of Sun's Dawn, 4th Era, 201. With the Brute and his companions in tow, I led our band across the march to Folgunthur, where we made camp for the night. Little has changed since my first expedition 10 years ago, but this time I have the claw, and I will have the amulet. I spent all night preparing a synopsis of my notes in case some fragment of the tale or piece of ancient lore may be needed to bypass the wards within the tomb. Then I cast my book and scrolls into the fire and reduced my life's work to ashes. At long last, today is the day of reckoning. If I cannot have the amulet, then no one will. So yeah, obviously, he ended up basically, having this his life's work and stuff, so... Anyways, let us go inside. Anyways, dude, to take care of this trap if you don't have obviously they already killed some Draugr. Yeah, so obviously this is spikes and stuff. Yeah, so they did end up killing some Draugr, obviously. Direct. Get wrecked. Now do take care, because there will be a lot of Draugr coming out. Get wrecked. Ha! You have no power to my more an axe. Anyways. You can, if you're like playing like an archer or something, you can, do this, basically there are ways to deal with these Draugrs, especially if you're not very well prepared. Now, I will say that they are very tough, essentially. If you pull this lever, okay, yeah, so if you actually come down here, there is a steel point purse, but you can indeed. I'm not gonna do that because that'll be stupid. There we go. I was gonna say, did I just drown myself? Alright, so here is the mage. Copper and sapphire. Alright. Alright, so he has the ivory claw. Oh, it's healing. I don't need it. All right, let us. All right. So this will kind of tell you the history of the Gauldur legend, in a way. Out of the way. Get out of the way. You know, words of Satan. How to summarize a lifetime of research. So little of what I have learned matters now. The petty politics of ancient times, the age-long campaign to wipe out all mentions of the Gauldur name. I know not what awaits us within Folgunthur, so here then is the truth of the tale, as best as I have been able to piece it together. In the opening days of the First Era, the Archmage Gauldur was revered throughout the north. Wisdom, wealth, honor, and power were his, and even Ysgramor's heirs sought his counsel. Smothered by his shadow, Gaulder's 3 sons grew cruel and resentful. They lusted after their father's power and prestige, and eventually Jarek, the eldest, as I said, discovered its source, a mysterious amulet from which he never parted. Together, they conspired to murder their father in his sleep and divide his amulet between them. And so it was done. And so it was done. Consumed by their newfound power, the brothers laid waste to the surrounding villages. So great was the carnage that the High King himself intervened, sending a company of battle mages led by the Archmage Gearman to subdue the brothers. And after a devastating battle, the 3 fled the field. Meckrul, the youngest, was run to ground in Folgunthur, the ancient barrow at the foot of Solitude. And though he fought for 3 days and nights, he was at last overcome and entombed there, his crypt sealed by an ivory claw. Gearman pursued Jarek to the shattered crypts of Sarthal, half buried even then. The 10 veteran wizards fell before Jarek's elemental magic, but he could not overcome them altogether. He too fell and was sealed within the ruined city. At last, Sigdis was cornered in the southernmost reaches of Skyrim. He challenged Lord Gearman to a duel, knowing his foe was honor bound to accept. And they clashed in battle, matched strength for strength, and fell together on the field before Ivarstead. The High King ordered a tomb built for Gearman on the lake, which still bears his name, and had Sigdis sealed within, forever guarded by the one who slew him. Gauldur himself was interred in a cave not far from his tower, once stood in the place called Reachwater Rock. Excuse me. And when it was done, High King Harold issued an edict. The name and deeds of Gauldur and his sons were to be expunged from every record, every chronicle, under pain of death. No word of them was to be spoken, lest any tried to recover the amulet that had been sealed at so great a cost. And so it was done, but a little survived the ages enough. For 4,000 years have passed, and the tomb remains sealed. The fragment of the Gauldur amulet lie within. Since the day I first heard rumor, I felt its power calling to me, pulling at me. I will be the one to reclaim it, restore it, bear it out into the world once more. I must have it. I must. See, he's a dark elf, but you know, that's beside the point. At me, bruh. Well. Hello, Draugr. All right. Oh. There we go. So it's this, this, and then this. Don't pull this because that'll just reset it. God, he's going away. He's going away. Right. Boom, boom. Ah, you missed. Get wrecked. All right. So you will notice these kind of like symbols and stuff. So it's going to be eagle, whale, and then a snake. Ancient times. Don't mind that. That is just a texture bug, mesh bug that I have. Fuck. You will be getting no. Anyways. Oh, I had it. All right. So eagle, whale, then snake. So it's just basically like, and then there you go. Come at me, spiders. Alright, so obviously if you don't have the mod to kind of like unlock it automatically, which is, you know, a godsend in my opinion, you're gonna have to do it manually. Oh, ebony claw, no, ivory claw. So you need eagle, dragon. Go. And obviously, if you're, you know, using combat mods, it can be a little bit more difficult, but I'm not. I need it. Who's been? Come at me, brother! Obviously, my axe can stun him. Very much. A useful axe. Yeah, I have such power. I have the power! Alright. Yeah, so grab the Gauldur. One of the Gauldur amulets increases health by 30 points. Health regenerates 20% faster. Very good. And also, you get a Gauldur blade. Mine is actually, normally it's just like a normal, like ancient Nordic sword. But mine actually allows you to, I have a mod that kind of retextures it. I actually like this model a lot. But here's the writ of sealing. Be bound here, me cruel, murder, betrayer, condemned by your crimes against realm and lord. May your name and your deeds be forgotten forever, and the charm which you bear be sealed by our award. But yeah, obviously you can. Oh God, hi. Not see you there. Don't forget these wonderful little areas right over here. And you can also get a shout here, which I can't remember what the shout is. Flawless Sapphire. Yeah. An Elven Mace, okay. Frost Breath. Very interesting. I am a Draugr. And also, you can use this to open this now, which is a cool thing. Which just has a normal, you know, just level lock. With this, I'm decent. Kind of decent. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave a like, comment your thoughts down below, and subscribe to the channel! Or not. It is what it is. But, hey, if you like this kind of content, let me know. If you like this kind of content, subscribe. If not, alright, sorry, I'm not, you know, sorry, I can't help you. I'm kidding. But obviously, you know, if you want to subscribe, it's up to you, right? You know, or not. I'm not your dad. But yeah, so, oh, also, if you want to know what this armor is and this axe, I do obviously have, you know, fixes for it. But this is the Izmir armor set. I actually kind of like the design. The physics on it is doesn't come to it by default, doesn't come with it by default. You actually have to have a separate mod, go figure. But, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I kind of like the idea of Nords actually wearing this and stuff like that. So, but anyways, guys, I will catch you all on the next one. Have a fantastic day, and goodbye.